If you're moving to the Atlanta area and you want to live near parks, walking trails, restaurants, things to do, one neighborhood that I think goes severely underrated is a neighborhood called Howell Station. I'm going to tell you about it. There's a couple catches with it, so stay tuned for that. But let's get into it. Let's talk all about living in Howell Station right now. Hey there, my name is Molly and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, I talk about everything about living here in the Atlanta area. So if you want to follow along, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hey, if you're making a move to the Atlanta area, you need help with your future home search, reach out to me, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. Love hearing from you and I can't wait to help you out. Okay, you guys, I am in the Westside Park. This is now Atlanta's largest park at 280 acres. It's a beautiful place to take a walk, and I think as this park gets built up more and more, there'll be more exciting things happening in this park. Right now, that's just a great set of walking trails. You can see behind me there's some playground equipment. There is a quarry right behind me too that supplies like a 30-day emergency drinking water for the city of Atlanta. So great park to walk around. But the reason I'm in this park is that it is right next to Howell Station, which is the focus of this video today. It's just one of the many things that is near this neighborhood. So I'm going to talk more about it, but let me put up a map so you can see where exactly this is located. And you're going to see that it is just a little west of the Midtown area. It kind of borders the West Midtown. You've got Blandtown, this park, and then there's Bankhead and the English Avenue area. Now Bankhead and English Avenue, those are a little bit more transitional in nature right now. And then the neighborhoods that are kind of northwest of here, we kind of call that Upper West Side. I've done a whole vlog tour of those areas. You're going to find that those areas, and even where Howell Station is located, it's very commercial. So there's a lot of trucks coming through, unloading stuff into storage warehouses, that kind of thing. And every time I take a client kind of driving around these areas, it's, you know, it's hard to explain until you actually see it, but it's just raw. Like there's little pockets of neighborhoods. They're beautiful. And when you get right outside of it, it's just kind of blah. It's just commercial, industrial. There's railroad tracks. So there's trains going through, and a lot of the roads get beaten up because of these heavy trucks coming through all the time. So that's the best way to explain it. But Howell Station is a pretty cool neighborhood. Drive times, let me give you that. So to get over to Midtown, it's about 10 minutes. Downtown, 12 minutes. The airport, 20 minutes. Buckhead, 20 minutes. And hey, if you work over at Georgia Tech, that is a 7-minute commute. It's just over 2 miles away. So this would be a great place to set up a home if you're wanting a short commute to work at the Georgia Tech area. I'm going to go ahead and get walking over to a trail that connects into this Westside Park. It's called Proctor Creek Trail. That's going to connect over to the Beltline. So that's another thing that is right next to the Howell Station neighborhood, is access to the Westside Beltline. Now it's not completely done. It kind of stops at the northern end of this neighborhood. Eventually, in due time, that trail will connect over into the West Midtown area. But come along, let's walk a little bit of this Proctor Creek Trail together. Proctor Creek Trail is not completely done. It will, when it finishes, it'll come out right here, and then we're crossing over some railroad tracks, and once I cross over that, we're going to hit Marietta Boulevard, and that is kind of a cut-through road between Bankhead and kind of the Upper West Midtown area. But along there is the Beltline, the Westside Beltline. That portion is done. I think it finished up maybe around a year ago. So the Beltline is right next to Howell Station, which is pretty great. Now, if you turn right, you're going to hear some dogs barking because that is the Fulton County Animal Services. So if you're looking to adopt a puppy, this is where you could go and rescue a poor pup. And if you kept going that way, you're going to hit Bankhead. Again, that is a transitional neighborhood. There is a MARTA station there, and that's going to connect into what we call the Westside Beltline connector. And if you kept following that trail, you would literally show up right by the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then if you head north, you're going to go up to the top of the Howell Station neighborhood. There's really not a great entrance off of, if you go north, there's one entrance by some townhomes, but I don't know if you're really supposed to be like cutting through a townhome community to get over to the Beltline. But you can see right across right here, that is an entrance right into the Howell Station neighborhood. So I'm going to head in there and start showing you the neighborhood. All right, so side note, if you live on the southwestern side, western corner of this neighborhood, you will hear those dogs barking. So that's just a little tidbit of information to know if you're seriously looking into this neighborhood. And yeah, the median sales price in this neighborhood is around $580,000. You're gonna find it's a big mixture of bungalow homes, cottage homes, some craftsmen, a couple of new builds are popping up here and there as well. And I think what is great about this neighborhood is you get that neighborhood feel. I believe it's a very tight-knit community. They do community events, which is great. So you know, if you're seeking kind of that community neighborhood feel, you definitely get that. But the con is, once you get out of this little neighborhood, it's all of that commercial raw industrial feel. So that's kind of one con. Another catch to this neighborhood, right on the south side of this, is the Fulton County Jail. So I know some people just don't want to live next to a jail, but it's pretty kind of like out there on its own, like you wouldn't even notice it's there. But that's kind of a trade-off. If you look at some other close neighborhoods in the city that have this neighborhood feel, you'd be paying a lot more. So if you're okay with that trade-off, then this could be a neighborhood for you. Another catch. Do you hear that? Yep, it is right next to a train track, so occasionally you are going to hear that train siren go off. Just part of living in this neighborhood. Now this is a super small neighborhood. Let me walk you over to their neighborhood park, show you what that's like, and we'll go from there. Cute little park, right? They even have some nets right here that are temporary that they can set up for pickleball. So I think the community just really gets together here. Now, if you're wondering what else is there to do in this neighborhood, what can you walk to? It's really not a walkable destination. Like, you can't walk to grab a coffee. Like I said, you can get on the main streets, but they are very industrial and the sidewalks are not that good. You're gonna have to get a car. That's probably one con about this neighborhood, is you're gonna have to get in your car to go to these places. But there's a lot of great places very close by. In fact, there is the Chattahoochee Food Works, Top Golf. That's just up the road about maybe 1 mile at the most. So you've got like that food hall at the Chattahoochee Food Works. There's that green space, some shops, plus there's the Top Golf. There's some breweries up that way. And then you can also go over to West Midtown for a lot more restaurant options. There are some kind of hoity-toity boutique stores and just kind of a cool place to hang out. That again is 1.4 miles away. And there's one other place that's just under a mile that's brand new. I'm going to take you there at the end, so stay tuned for that. But let me go show you a couple home examples so you can get a flavor of what you'll find in this neighborhood. And I'm going to say, you're going to get a mix of bungalows that are in good condition, some are not so in great condition. And this is a historical neighborhood. This is a very old neighborhood. You're going to get a lot of these older bungalows and then some newer craftsmen. Again, probably on the low end price point. You can find something in the mid 400s, but that's getting pretty rare. I would say more budget for, you know, 550, 600 to get something decent. If it's newer or has ooh, that dog scared me. Newer the upgrades, newer finishes, then you can be looking in that 700K price point. One other thing to note is that some of these streets, you only have street parking. A lot of these homes do not have garages. That's just part of living anywhere in the in-town area or in the city limits. And let's see, anything else? I think that's it. So let me walk over to my first home example right now. For my first home example, it's right behind me here. This is on the lower price point. This is under 500K. It's listed for 475,000. It hasn't sold yet. It's still on the market. It is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just under 1,500 square foot. I would say it's livable. It doesn't have that open concept that we all liked, but the kitchen and the living room all open. It does have hardwoods on the floor, the main floor, and then fresh carpeting in the bedrooms. But there you go, that is something that you can get here under 500K, which is getting really, really hard to do. You know, I've actually sold a house here to a couple, and when they bought, this was probably 5 years ago, and they paid in the upper 300s. So, and now I'm sure their home is worth over, you know, close to the 600K price point. So things have definitely changed in this area. Let me keep going. I'll show you one more home example. Okay, so I want to show you something more on the price you're in. You know, if you're wanting new construction, there are some new construction homes popping up in this neighborhood. One is right behind me here. This is a home that just sold over $875,000. It's just over 3,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. It's on a little larger lot, 0.22 acres, which is actually bigger for this neighborhood. It does have a garage, but it's just lovely inside. It has some shiplap, it has marble and quartz countertops. The primary suite bathroom is just that luxury feel. So really beautiful home. And I'm not gonna lie though, you see at the end of the street, I can hear like the generators of the Fulton County Jail. So that is one thing that's kind of there. I'm not gonna lie to you about it, but it's not like right in your face, I guess you could say. There's a lot of tree coverage too. But let me go take a quick drive around this neighborhood. It's so small that, you guys, I've been walking this entire time and haven't gotten my car once. So very small neighborhood, very walkable if you're wanting to get out and get a community walk-in. And anyway, let me get my car, take a little cruise around here. We'll go from there. So I just picked a random street to walk down. I actually ran into a guy that lives here. He's owned a house here since '98. He's been renting it out now, maybe moving back in for a while, but cute little street. You can see this is kind of a narrow street, not any kind of sidewalks here, but just lovely little homes. You got a mix of some bungalows, some craftsmen's probably built in the 2000 range, 2000, 2010. Very quiet, but this is what I think people like about this neighborhood. It's quiet, but it's close to downtown, midtown, things over in West Midtown, Chattahoochee Food Works, all those things that I named off. So you can enjoy all those things, drive back to your quaint little neighborhood and be away from it as well. So let me keep going. I'm right on the edge of this neighborhood, and you're gonna see this giant warehouse looking building right behind me. It's still under construction. I asked the construction worker what it really is because I haven't really found out exactly what it is. He just said it's a data center. So I don't know, for any of you techies out there, you can explain to me what a data center actually means, but it is huge. It looks like a big warehouse. Now on the other side of that, that is something that has just recently kind of opened, and they're having their grand opening actually this weekend. It is a mixed-use retail commercial space, or retail offices and some restaurants, that kind of thing. It's called Westside Paper. Now that is one thing you could in theory walk to. I was just checking out the sidewalk scene right here off of West Marietta Street. Now this is a very busy road. You got I can hear trains going off on the side, and you'll see big trucks hauling through here. But I think you could walk there pretty safely. It's about 0.7 miles from where I'm at here on the corner. Now, if you live further on the opposite side of Howell Station, you might be looking at a mile, but that is something that I think is walkable. You might be able to cut through this campus once it's done. It looks like they're building some pretty decent sidewalks. So we'll see what happens with that, but let me go show you that next. I'm not gonna walk there. I've been walking all morning. I'm ready to hop in my car. I will drive there and show you what that is all about. And welcome to Westside Paper. This is one of Atlanta's newest commercial buildings that they have recently done. It is 15 acres, plenty of commercial space. So if you're looking for some commercial space for your business, they have plenty of it here. I've seen a couple, I walked through one hallway where you could see a couple of offices have set up shop. It looks really, really swanky. And right here is kind of like where they're going to have all of the food, and you can see not a lot of the restaurants are open yet, but that is coming soon. There's going to be a brewery, there's a Mexican place, there's Pancake Social, there's Boxcar Betty's, that's already open. That's a fried chicken sandwich place. So very exciting. It'll be fun to see what happens with this huge development. Again, you could walk here from the Howell Station neighborhood, and then right behind me here, you know, just a hop, skip, and jump away, you're over in the West Midtown area, then over into Midtown. So very close to so many great things. This is kind of a hidden gem that a lot of people don't know about, and the price point is just a little bit better than if you were searching in other popular in-town neighborhoods. You guys, that concludes my tour of the Howell Station neighborhood. I have a lot of vlog tours of the other areas I mentioned, like the Upper West Side, check that one out, West Midtown, Blandtown. All of those neighborhoods are right around here, and that will give you an idea of all of these other places I pointed out in my video, like the Chattahoochee Food Works, Topgolf, all that stuff. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you see me out in the wild, make sure you say hello. I love running into you guys. And if you're thinking about making a move to the Atlanta area and you need help with your future home purchase, shoot me up, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I can't wait to hear from you and help you out. Until next time, you guys, I'll see you around the neighborhood.